So one of the challenges of building a shop, I've got all this machinery in here, and a lot of this is industrial grade machinery. It's old machinery, a lot of it from World War II, 30s, 40s, and 50s era, and most of it is powered by three-phase motors. A lot of people overseas don't understand this, but here in the US, three-phase is not a given. You don't necessarily just have three-phase everywhere you go. I live in a rural area, I live in a farming area, I work in agriculture. We bought a house out in the country, and guess what? Yeah, we don't have three-phase here where I live. We're probably close to a mile away from the closest three-phase pole. And the power company just is not gonna run three-phase power down here for me to have my little shop that I work in on the weekends and the evenings. It's not a good investment on their part. So I had the challenge, where am I gonna get my three-phase power from? And for me, that came to American Rotary. I contacted those guys, and we talked, and they had some great products that would really fit my needs, where I could hook into my single-phase power that I have coming into my shop, convert that to three-phase, and then run the machinery I had. Back years ago, I had a little small, homemade built, three-phase converter that would probably run a 5-horsepower machine. But once I got in here, I was quickly realizing that my machines were much bigger than what that old homemade phase converter can do, and that homemade phase converter had a lot of limitations. So now I've got a 40-horsepower phase converter out there that can run any machine in my shop. And I got a lathe over here that originally shipped with a 20-horsepower motor in it. It's actually got a 10 in it right now, but I'd like to get it back to the 20-horsepower full capacity. And that 40-horse phase converter that I got will easily run that. For me, I've got my phase converter. It's an exterior grade one, so it sits outside the shop. So I don't have the noise and stuff inside the shop. I'm then feeding that into a three-phase panel, and I have electrical lines, three-phase specific lines ran to individual machines. At least I have that in a few places. I've still got a lot of electrical work to do in here, but basically that's the plan, is to hook everything into a load center, a panel, and have my own three-phase circuits in here that's all powered off of my American Rotary phase converter.